as I've got into sport climbing more from a background in gym bouldering, as a lot of people get into climbing, I've found I have no endurance, basically, as every boulderer finds. So, with a little help from everyone else that I climb with, especially Raf, who loves a no-hands rest and loves a knee bar, we've been focusing quite a lot on trying to find rests in climbs, so that we can recover and then continue with the route. So there's a nice easy route behind me here, which is called Moving On Up. It's a 6A. It's a bit of a local classic because it's nice and easy and juggy and stuff. And there's lots of no-hands rests on it. I say lots. There's plenty of them. But the thing is, this route is just a lot of flat ledges, and you're just pulling between them. But it's really long. It's 25 meters, I think. So it's it's quite pumpy as you go up it. So even though it's a 6A, for me to be able to do it comfortably as a 6A should feel, I have to utilise these no-hands rests. So this is one of the tactics that I found has helped me probably the most with being able to climb sport climbs and be able to climb hard sport climbs especially. So one of the 7Bs that I did called Nelson Mandela, you do quite a long boulder problem and then there's a no-hands rest. You just kind of stand on a ledge to the side and then you carry on with the route and finish it off once you've recovered. You can spend as much time there as you need. It's a bit of a change of pace from bouldering. The bouldering I'm used to, you just kind of do a bunch of hard moves and then you either fall off or you actually make it to the jug at the finish. But here, you can take things nice and leisurely and slowly, power through the hard bits, get to the ledge, and just chill. And ready yourself, physically and mentally, for the next stage. So in that clip there were a few times where I could just stand up and fully take my hands off and be completely relaxed. That is the best kind of no-hands rest. And at one point there was a time where I tried to get a no-hands rest but couldn't quite take both my hands off. And I just carried on because I knew there was a really good no-hands rest in about 2 moves time. But in a lot of routes that's kind of the best way, or that's the only option. I was kind of in a corner, bridging, and I could push up against another bit of rock and take one hand off, and that's still relaxing both my forearms. So that's a really good option for resting as well. And you can get kind of creative with it, so you don't have to push with your hand, you can push with your shoulder, you can knee bar, you can do any kind of thing like that, and even your head, yeah. You can do anything like that to be able to relax your forearms and be able to get a good rest.
one that I kind of struggle with, which is just a shakeout. So you find a good hold and you get your feet in a good position and just shake your arms out. The tough thing with this is that often there isn't a good position for your feet, or it's hard to tell how long you should shake out for, how long to stay in that rest, and to be able to get something back and carry on with the route and be able to do the next moves. So I've tried to do this in quite a few routes, and it's not really done it for me. It's not really helped me. So these other kind of rests are really, really valuable for me, and I guess for a lot of other people. So in this situation, you've still got weight on one of your hands, which is why I really struggle with it, because I tend to shake out, get tired in one arm, and shake out and get tired in the other arm, and it never really seems to get better in any kind of significant amount. So it's something that I'm going to start practicing a lot more, because it is a really valuable way of climbing, and I think if you're sport climbing, it's something you need to be able to do. So the way that I'm going to try and practice it is to practice it in my endurance training. So just find a good hold, but not too good, not like a bucket jump, but a reasonable hold, and try and just shake out on it between exercises, and see, just pretend that I'm getting less pumped, and then maybe eventually I will actually become less pumped, and then that'll be my kind of progression through it. Cool. If you've got any other suggestions for resting, let us know in the comments, and I'm sure we've forgotten something, so your insight would be valuable. But cool. Other than that, drop a like and subscribe.